good evening, world. I hope you guys are doing great. Another week, another month. We in May, y'all. There's a few things. It's kind of cool outside for May, personally for me in Atlanta. So, yeah, somebody needs to call Captain Planet because there's something seriously wrong outside. Seriously. Two, we got a lot going on this week. There has been, let me just go ahead and get into it. The first one. Now, this is the more serious part of the show, but we stand with the family and friends of Ahmaud Aubrey in seeking justice. Apparently, both the father and son, the McMichaels, have been arrested, but we hope and pray that justice is served for the innocent young fella. Seriously, there's just no explanation for some things that happen. But we all know what the situation is. It's because of our culture. There's no other reason. Some posted, there used to be an image of the black dude with the hoodie that represented a profile. Now there is no image. So what can you do? What can you say to young black men, middle-aged black men, older black men who encounter situations like these, or their families? Like, what do you say other than to make sure that you get home? Make sure that regardless of what's going on, don't resist. If you see or feel anything suspicious, go the other direction. Try to do everything you can do to get out of the situation, because everyone is not the same. And I'm not specifically talking about any particular race. I'm just saying it's people. But this was definitely a racial issue. So there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of conversation going on, but we need a lot of prayer. We need a lot of prayer for the black community, as well as action in the home, action in the community. So yeah, just stay tuned for your local news. Keep yourselves updated in regards to the case. Pray for the family, whatever you can do. Apparently they have the same attorney as Trayvon Martin, which is a blessing, because just reading earlier that they have some really similar situation issues in regards to what has happened. So yeah, just keep them in prayer. And hopefully, it'll all work out and it'll turn out to be something else. But yeah, let's educate our young black men and young black women, but mainly our young black men. There is definitely an attack. So let's just be mindful and be prayerful. All right, now, also after that one, now this one is this is my opinion, but this one is for Sean Reed out of Indianapolis. He was gunned down after a high-speed police chase. Also another young black male. And I'm kind of in between feelings about this. Not saying that whatever happened was wrong. What I'm saying is, with everything going on with the justice system, with the government, with police brutality, now is not the time to be playing with the law. Now is not the time to be having high-speed police chase and thinking that you're going to just go to jail, because that's not the case 9 times out of 10. If anything is seen in your hand and you are resisting arrest at any point, anything can happen. If you are black, automatically it's going to be assumed that you have a weapon. And if you have something in your hand, that is going to trigger something. So please, 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 y'all, now is not the time to be playing with the law, thinking, y'all finna just get all these likes and all these views and y'all finna go viral because y'all did something crazy online. Please, it's not worth your life. It's not worth the heartache for your family, your mother, your father, your kids. Y'all be smart about it. Please, 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 please be smart about what you're doing. And that's all I got to say. I'm just 2 months, and that's only the headlines. It's probably much, much more, but that's the only ones that are headlining right now. And of course, Ahmaud was out of Georgia, Brunswick, and that was 2 months ago. But they're just now, after 2 months, arresting the murderers, basically. So yeah. Okay, moving on. Now, there's something else that came up in regards to our culture. Now, I got a lot to say about this one, and I'm probably going to end up going on break and then coming back on it, but I'm going to go ahead and start. So there was a statement that Diddy had made on No Filter with Naomi Campbell, which is her podcast. And basically, Diddy says the black vote is not going to be free. We need to see something. So whoever will take care of our community, whoever wants to make a deal, that's basically what he's saying. He's saying if we have to hold our votes hostage during this election, we should. Now, me personally, well, before I get into my personal opinion, let me just read off, because this was on the Breakfast Club. So let me just read off what D.L. Hughley had to say, Charlemagne, and DJ Envy. So DL responded and said it was irresponsible and deadly. He said, Black people are dying. Maybe what we get is to survive. And then Charlemagne comes back and disagrees, and he says, Black people are not dying from the coronavirus. It's generations of diseases, which is true, but that doesn't mean that we dismiss participation in something that we know can change or at least move forward, positive movement in our culture. And then DJ Envy came back and he says, we don't want the candidate to accept Black votes just to get elected. So we don't want them basically saying things and then, just to get in office, and then they don't do what they say they're going to do. 9 times out of 10, that's usually what happens. Once you get in the chair, it is what it is. They can do whatever they want. So at any rate, there's no real way to trust any politician at this point. But that doesn't mean that we withhold, for me personally, that doesn't mean that we withhold our participation because we're trying to prove a point. They already don't want us to vote. They already don't want us to do a lot of things. But now that we do have the right to vote because of our patriots and those who stood during civil rights movements and all, we have that right to vote, and we should utilize it. Best fitting whichever candidate. So do your studies. I'm not saying, and there's a thing, I'm gonna say this and then come back, but there's a thing that I always say. There's gonna be, on both ends, whether it's Republican or Democrat, there's gonna be things you're gonna disagree with. Who's gonna have the most positive impacts and influence for everyone, or our culture, or whatever. It just depends on you personally and your household. But just make sure that whatever you're doing, make sure you participate, please. That's all we're saying. But I'm going to come back after this break, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. Going back to DL's statement, it was irresponsible and deadly. We're talking about P. Diddy's statement about holding our Black vote hostage. So DL says that what needs to change is our participation. More people don't vote than do, especially in our community, which is very true. So we must participate regardless, because how are we chanting Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, young Black men, young Black women? How are we moving forward and we're not putting our vote into play when it comes to election time? I've heard of picking the better of the two evils, if you will. I don't know. It doesn't make sense not to. But at the same time, it doesn't make sense to pick the wrong person. But I would never, ever, ever agree with holding your vote hostage when that's our voice. That's our voice on paper. So yeah. Also, what was the question? DL asked about what's the black agenda. So if we're holding our vote hostage, what are we asking for? So basically, they didn't have a solution, but Charlemagne came through with, like always, he said an equity plan, money into disenfranchised communities for education and healthcare. Wholeheartedly agree. As long as if we are coming to the table collectively with a plan, a solution, a plan of action, then as a unit, because everybody wants to see something different. We can't all agree in the same household, let alone the entire country. So it has to be something that is befitting for everyone in the community, everyone in our culture. So I totally agree with that. Equity plan, money into disenfranchised communities for education and healthcare, things that will help our kids, help our mothers, our children, things like that. So yeah, please, y'all. I know we love Diddy. I know that he's a big, huge influence on us in regards to culture, but to each his own. If he wants to hold his, that's fine. But I strongly suggest you guys take it more seriously than just trying to say, well, we ain't going to do it, because they're going to make a decision regardless if we do it or not. They're going to make a decision. They're going to be like, well, they ain't cast no vote. We don't need them. So we might as well. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So next up. Now, I'm not sure if y'all knew. I didn't know. I just found out this week, first week of May, pretty much first full week, that there was an asteroid that was supposed to hit the Earth on April 28th. Huge. Yeah. All over the internet. I ain't seen it until this week. That was interesting. I didn't know we're supposed to get split wide open. God looked out on us for that one. But right after that comes these Asian murder hornets. Now, everybody talking about they scared of bees and wasps and all this stuff. Everybody is. I don't know one person other than the people who actually get the honey from the beehives who are even relatively or remotely engaged in such creatures. But these things are like this big, like, I don't know, what is that, 5 to 6 inches? It's probably bigger than that. Long murder hornets. Like, seriously, y'all, it's corona, it's guns, it's murder hornets, it's asteroids. I don't know what to say. Y'all better pray. It looks like Jesus is soon to come back, because these are the new age plagues. There's something seriously going on. There's a lot of places that are open now. They're supposed to be everywhere, supposed to be open in Georgia, but I've seen some shops and some stores still closed. Hotels are still empty. The airport still empty, basically. I don't know. Y'all not afraid of a second wave? It just doesn't seem right that everyone was against reopening, and now that's reopened, it just seems so eerie. Like there's a weird feeling outside now. It's like, I hope y'all wearing y'all masks when y'all go out in public, anywhere. Sanitizing, of course, washing your hands and your behind. Like, please don't forget your behind. Like, when you get home, take a shower. Take off your clothes. If you got to wash your hair too. If you feel that icky, if you feel that yucky, just rub a dub in the tub real quick, 5-10 minutes, just get it off you. That way it don't spread, But I also heard that the COVID-19 patients who had the first strand is now coming back with the second. Like it never went away or something, or they're having symptoms again. So I don't know. And this one lady, let me tell you, this one lady that I was watching that had COVID-19, has so many medicines that she had to take. Like, me personally, I don't like taking medicine. I don't know who likes taking medicine, other than y'all illegal medicinals, but like prescribed medicine, antibiotics, all of that stuff. She had about 6, it probably was 7 bottles just for different ones. Now, different medications just for the coronavirus. Like, that's crazy. Not only does your body have to be introduced to 7 medications, but there's virus and it could come back and then you might need some more. Yeah, we got to start eating better. We got to start eating better. We got to start doing better. If one thing this quarantine has taught me is to make sure I'm taking care of myself. Yeah, all the fast food places are still going to be open. They're still going to be selling meat. They're still going to be selling pork, but you don't have to choose that all the time. Choose healthy sometimes. I say most times, but hey, make sure you're getting your vitamin C, boosting your immune system. There's a ton of holistic remedies and recipes online that you can use. And let me tell y'all something. I went to the nature store yesterday. The prices are extremely crazy. When I say crazy, a bottle of powdered turmeric, I don't know, it probably was $8.99. That's a lot. I'm sorry. That's a lot. I just crush it myself. I don't know. That was weird. That was weird for me. $8.99. But I also heard that down south they have oxtails, $20 a pack. The regular packs of oxtails that would come in probably eight bones or something like that. Yeah, they're 20. No, sorry, not 20. $80. $80 for a pack of oxtails that you gotta cook yourself. Man, no. Let's just buy the ox. How about that? I mean, y'all got your stimulus, right? Yeah, I'm not paying $80 to cook my own oxtails. Whew. Man, we gotta figure something out. I seen people creating gardens, growing food, like vegetables and fruit and all. Let's do it. Let's get healthy. And have fun doing this. A whole bunch of DIYs on YouTube and Pinterest and all of that stuff. So just enjoy the time with your family and just start, growing stuff from home. Including Mary Jane if you want to. Hey, that's your business as long as they don't catch you. But anyway, moving right along. So also in Georgia, last week I was telling y'all that they were saying that they were not going to have teenagers do the physical driving test for their license. Okay. They are no longer required because of COVID-19 to do the actual driving training here. Well, the state issued 20,000 teenagers driver's license without the test. That makes me nervous. 1, teenagers text. 2, teenagers don't pay attention. 3, teenagers attention span is that of a gnat. Okay, that literally is terrifying when it comes to who's on the street, who's on the road, and then what are they gonna do if it's raining? Like, what are they gonna how are they gonna respond if they get in an accident for the first time? Textbook context is not going to explain that one-on-one explanation of what you need to do in case this happens, in case somebody bob and weave on you, in case somebody try to cut you off. I'm sorry, that's not going to sink in. So parents of teenagers who got their license without the physical test, I hope you guys are testing them yourselves, because that is very, very scary. We pay a lot of taxes here in Georgia, a lot of taxes. I'm going to say it 3 more times. A lot of taxes. I'm so tired of these taxes in Georgia. If I didn't love Georgia, I'd be gone. Like, seriously. The taxes alone, well, yeah, a lot. It's a lot. But we pay a lot because everything else, here It's fairly reasonable. But that's just my take on it. I just think me reminiscing back to when I was a teenager and terrified when I was on the road for my first time by myself. And then I was 18. Like I thought I was supposed to be grown, but that definitely taught me a good lesson. A good lesson, especially my first time getting on the highway. Oh Jesus. I was All right, I am back. And yeah, so leaving off on weird things that have happened this week. Okay, so after Dragon Tyra Banks, we're going to go to Ray J and Princess Love. Now, if you've seen I guess it was a documentary or some sort of therapy session episode or short film, I don't know what it was, but apparently it was supposed to be their time to where they got out their feelings about him leaving her and the kids in Las Vegas at a time sometime last year. Well, now Princess has actually filed for divorce. Now, if you have been watching Love and Hip Hop anytime, Love and Hip Hop, Hollywood, you'll know that their relationship had been rocky from jump, before they got married, the day they got married, after they got married. So, and we're definitely not happy that, divorce is here, but what can you do? It's Hollywood. Everybody wants things their way. That's entertainment. It's unfortunate because I thought that whatever that was going to help them. I mean, they aired it to the world, so, I don't know. I just thought that that was therapy for them and that they were going to try to work it out. But guess not. Princess is probably over it. Next. Oh, also, crazy thing happened. Now, this is funny because Donnie, y'all president, he wants to build a wall for Mexico, block all of everyone out. But he posted on Cinco de Mayo a taco bowl. I guess that was to pick fun. I don't know. But it was like, remember this? Like he was eating a taco. And he said, Happy Cinco de Mayo. I really have no clue if that was shade or if he was sincere. But the man got jokes. The man really has jokes. I give it to him. He don't care. If you're going to be great, you can't care about what people say. Whether you're right or you're wrong. You can't care. And apparently he didn't. He's still trying to build that wall, and expeditiously. Ain't that's how T.I. say it? Expeditiously. Yeah. Okay, so back to relationships. Now, there was a post that I saw, and I wanted to kind of talk about this on a live, and I probably will to get more into it. But open relationships. I don't know about y'all. I think that it's very, 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 very sticky. And there are more people than not actually approve of it because they feel that it will alleviate the deception and the dishonesty and the cheating in the relationship if it's open. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I can't leave my window open in the car, in the house. I can't leave the door open without a bug flying in, without some pollen coming in, without fear of rodents, whatever kind, whether it's a roach, a frog, a lizard, a snake, whatever. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about a relationship. If you leave it open, anything can happen. Anything can attach itself to you and to your space and to your energy. It worked for some people, I guess. I really don't know how different their marriage would be if they didn't, but apparently they do, and they're okay with it. I just don't think that that's a good situation at all. Not for me. If you don't care what you bring in your space, and they say, and now let me just correct this. They say they vet these people. I don't know who's standing in line to be in an open relationship, but I just think that's the craziest thing to hear, that you vet people for your marriage. Like, that's just weird to me. Now, of course, everything is weird to me because I don't do some things or I don't agree, but I just think the process is really weird. The process is really weird on how You're seeking out a person like it's, I don't know. It's like one of those weird movies where, oh, there you go. Oh, I just had it. But when they're selling off women or people, for some money. That's what I equate it to. I'm not saying that y'all buying prostitutes or y'all buying whoever, but it seems that way. You're vetting people to make sure that both the husband and the wife is okay with that person being involved in your relationship. Oh my God, what? Okay. I'm gonna get off of that for now because that is a longer, that's probably a longer conversation than what I would want to be for like 5 to 10 minutes because I have a lot of opinion about that. Yeah, I do. Okay, so next. All right, so what's coming up this Sunday? Mother's Day. Listen. If you have a mother figure, if you have a living mother, if you have someone who's been in your life as a mother, if you have an aunt, a grandmother, a cousin, like anybody who's shown some sort of motherly, motherly grace, if you will, towards you, please honor them every day. But it's a good thing to honor them on a national day. Like, people downplay it because it's one day, but it's still a day. It's not a day that we can skip. So please honor them. I love my mother, Patricia Ann. I ain't gonna give her the last name, but I love you dearly. I'm a spitting image. Everybody knows I can't get rid of it. But hey, it is what it is. Beautiful, gorgeous. I have a little bit more sense of humor than you, but you made me, so I love you for it. Grandmother, rest in peace. Will always forever be in my heart, in my thoughts. She funny thing about it was she probably impacted in the more it was definitely more stern, my grandmother, but also the more hilarious part of our upbringing. Like, we would do some crazy stuff and then it would be funny and we'd all laugh. Like, even if she gave us a whipping, like, we'd be laughing at that too. She'd laugh at it too. Like, and then she'd be like, ain't a thing to it. Like, that was her thing. Ain't a thing to it every single time. Funny story with my mom though. I had to pull this one out. I had to think really, really hard. My mother loved traveling when we were kids. Loved it. I don't care. She would drive just to drive. And we just go on trips. This one particular time, me, my sisters, and my mom going up to Jennings, Florida from Sanford, Florida. We got lost in the middle of the night. We got lost in the little town. And the funny thing about it was we made a wrong turn and it was one blinking red light that was the way that we had to go back. But we made a wrong turn going, I don't even know for how long. Just dark. No street lights, just dark. Almost out of gas. Listen, back then, when I say broke, I don't even know where the meals came from. I don't know where the gas came from, but we made it happen, Captain. But we were going down this long road, right? And she started freaking out. Oh, God, I don't know where we at. We lost. No maps. Of course, and GPS wasn't there. No cell phones. We didn't have no cell phones. It was just us, and we like, oh, God. And I just remember, like, go that way. Go back that way. That's all I remember. And boy, whew. We was literally going in the middle of the night. It was probably, I don't know, midnight maybe? 11 or 12, I don't know. We were probably going to my grandmother's house or whatever. And we stopped for a minute. We laughed. Then we got scared. Then we laughed again and we were just like, we got to get out of here. We got to figure this out. Like, we got to get out of here. She over here talking to her kids. Like, I don't know how old we were. We were probably like 9, 10. I don't know, somewhere around there. It probably was a little older than that, but it was still funny. And we ain't no sense of direction. We kids. We barely knew the map. We barely knew the atlas. So we just looking and ride along with her. We just hope bears don't come out and get us. But yeah, once we got to where we need to go, we was like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. This woman do not know what she was doing. But that happened a lot. Back then, directions were you go down 5 miles, you make the left at the McDonald's. Then you go down another 10 miles and you make the right by the Piggly Wiggly. Then you know, directions back then was just whack. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't even remember how we remember getting anywhere with those type of directions. GPS saved my life to this day. Like, if I don't know certain exits to get off of in Atlanta, GPS. Like, seriously, that's what it is. But yeah, we have a lot of crazy, funny, memorable moments growing up with my mom. Single mother, did a lot. She always worked, always helping somebody. Like, she couldn't sit down, still can't sit down to this day. I'm gonna tell you that right now. She still can't sit down. She probably like my grandma. But yeah. Right. So let's get to it. Baby Mamas. That was a very, very dope song by the artist Brandy. She always brings it. The voice still so nice and sweet. No matter what she's singing. Superb job. So I posted a question yesterday that I saw, of course. Should a guy buy his baby mama something for Mother's Day? Now, there was a lot of, it was 90% said yes, and the other 10% said no. There were only a few responses as to why, so I'll read them. It says, yes, but make it clear it's only for her as a mother, which is messy. No, that's not his mom. No, it might offend his new chick. And yes, he's the one who helped make the child. I agree with that one. So let's start with the first one. Yes, make it clear that it's only for her as a mother. How do you make a gift clear to a baby mama that it's only for her being the mother of your child? If I don't know. Even if it's on, I know people who have not been with their ex and still, if they got a gift, they feel some sort of way. They feel either they want them back, they want to get back with them. Like, it just kind of confuses things. I don't know. I'm not a baby mama, but I have my sisters. I have friends. So they say it can confuse the situation if you give gifts to the baby mother, especially if you're in another relationship. Now, here's the thing about Mother's Day. You can honor who you want, whether it's your baby mom, whether it's your mom, your aunt, whatever mother, if it's someone at your job. It's a national holiday. It is a nice gesture if the both of you are mature, but it can get messy if the relationship between the parents are messy anyway, if you will. So I personally, I don't know. It could go either way. It just depends on the maturity level of the female and the male. I think that's my preference. I mean, technically that's not his mom, but they did create a child together. So in honor of you taking care of my child per se, that could be the way that it's meant. But 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be taken a different way. That's what I hear. The one that says, no, it's not his mom. It might offend his new chick. Yeah, I just basically answered that one. The first one about it's not his mom. It doesn't have to be his mom for him to honor her as a mother because she is a mother. But the one where it's offending your new chick, if your new chick is offended by you buying your baby mother something, 9 times out of 10, it's not because of the gift. It's because of something else you done did. It have nothing to do with the gift because that would just be, we understand. Please believe me. Take care of your kid. She's taking care of your kid. make sure she feels special. What else can you do? He has a child. But if it's something else that happened, like that baby boy situation, you going over to Peanut House and then you come, that ain't gonna happen. Nah. That's why it would offend your new girlfriend or your new spouse or whoever your playmate is at the moment, if you will. I just don't see that being a good situation. If there was already some drama between your new one and your old one, and then you're buying your old one a gift on Mother's Day. Yeah, that probably doesn't, it won't sit right. It won't sit right at all. The one that said he's the one who helped make the child, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. He's the father, she's the mother. So if you're going to honor out of that context, absolutely. Please, 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 by all means. I'm not saying you got to spend all your money. I don't care if it's a card with some money in it. Just something outside of what you normally do, whether it's child support, whether it's the weekly expenses that you have to give, whether it's pampers. I don't care what it is. Just make sure she feel like she's appreciated as a mother, okay? As a Black mother. Now, I'm saying Black because, I'm Black, but all mothers. If your mother's not Black, if she any other race, please, by all means, honor her. My parents have been divorced for so long, so long. It's so funny because I can hear my dad still talking about my mom in the brightest way. I don't care what would have happened, could have happened, should have happened. He still will talk about her in the brightest way. And that's mad respect, because a lot of times when situations don't end well, you don't hear a lot of positive things, even if they've moved on in other marriages. You still, it's not common, especially when the blame is on both ends or either or whatever, what have you. You just don't hear it. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all taking care of your mothers this weekend, but also all year long. So that is my time, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening to Lois Lane Radio. Again, I'll be back next week. We have so much more to talk about. I'll update you guys, but you guys have a great evening.